Hey guys, Footy Manager TV here, and welcome to episode number 10 of my Manchester United FIFA 15 career mode. Right away here, we do have a scout report from one of my scouts who is scouting England for those youth players, and we have at least one guy. Paul Sadler is the prospect we have here with a minimum of 72 potential and maximum of 94. I'm not sure what position he'll be though, because he can play anywhere from defence to midfield to striker, so that's one of those things we're going to find out as we sign him up to the youth team and we see how the lad plays in the reserves. Yeah, see what kind of position he turns out to become. And as you can see there, we've got Capital One Cup, and judging off how things go so far, and I guess in future episodes, or just the game in general, just in this career mode in general, I want to focus on the Capital One Cup. I want to try and win a competition this season, whether it be Capital One Cup or FA Cup. And if we do win that, we'll qualify for Europe, being the Europa League. At least we'll be in Europe. At least we'll be back on the comeback trail. That's the point of this series, to get Manchester United where they belong, really, back to the top. And you got to apply the foundations. It's not going to happen in one season, obviously. But now we're going to check the lads in the youth squad. We've got 3 guys there right now. They are high prospects. Jordan Crooks looks alright, but Paul Sadler we just signed up. He's 5'7", maybe a midfielder, probably not tall enough to be a centre back. So yeah. We'll see what his final position will be, but Hugo Annabelle will definitely be good. And also, if you missed a previous episode where I showed them, the youth players actually have faces now, and that's what I'll do when I sign new players to youth squad, and if they're at least 16, so I can at least try to offer them a contract, you have to do that to see their face. But that's cool now, instead of just having that silhouette kind of face, just like a black face. So, it's good to have it that, I think. But now we're going to move on to more important stuff, like Capital One Cup. Like I said, it's very important to win a competition this season because, being realistic, we're not going to win the title this season. I'm definitely striving to just come in that top 4 position. Realistically, got to aim for that 3rd or 4th. First is probably out of the reach, but we'll aim for that in future seasons. So, hopefully enjoy that. And I did want to say before I get into this game, my first episode of this series I did last week, I think started last week, 6 or 7 days ago, has now hit 100,000 views. That's my fastest ever time, I reckon, for a video to hit that much. Like, that is insane. That means 100,000 unique people have watched that video specifically, and I've been getting in around 1,000 subscribers a day so far, which, I really appreciate it. I don't know, I might do a Q&A video once I hit 500, or not 500, sorry, 50k subs. 50,000 subs. If you want that, drop in the comments, maybe just leave some questions and that. But I'll do a specific video for that where you can ask me some questions on Twitter or whatever. But if you think I should do that once I hit 50k, drop in the comments. But for now, we're going to go in against Southampton. You see here, nothing really happened in the first half, so we push straight into the second half. We've got Daley Blind on the ball. He's okay player in the game. I feel he's a bit underrated. He should be rated a bit better, judging how he's played in real life. I really like him as a player. He finds Falcao, and look at that. That was a backwards header by Falcao. That is just class. That is what Falcao is good at. Hernandez. I've been raving about Hernandez, and deservingly so, because he's done well for me. But that is what Falcao does. You give him an opportunity, and he takes it, and he put us in the lead. He just needs that. And that's class. He wasn't even looking at the goals. He knew where the goals were. That is absolutely class from Radamel Falcao. He just produces some special moments, scores some really special goals that I've noticed so far, and that's just showcasing one of them. And hopefully he can score a bit more for us. He is only on loan, honestly, but Falcao's a different prospect. Usually I don't like playing on loan players because they're going to go back to their other team, but Falcao is quality, so he's going to win us games. If he does play, they didn't score there, but somehow that was a penalty. I thought I helped block that so he could miss, and it turned out to be a red card. Well, there's one thing I like about that, not that specific play, but referees actually give red cards for penalties now. Maybe a bit realistic. Stop the goal-scoring opportunity, apparently. We'll have a second look at that from Blind. What did I do there? I tried to get the ball, but I didn't. I guess, that's a penalty. But it's disappointing because he didn't end up scoring, so I didn't have to do that. But in that situation, you always try and do that. You always try and block the chance, thinking they're going to score. But they did get a penalty late, so only 15 minutes left. Will be hard to come back if they score this. But Rodriguez is stepping up. And De Gea. I really like De Gea. Can he save this? But Rodriguez down the middle. It was a good goal. A good penalty take there from Jay Rodriguez. And yeah, they get the goal back. Very disappointing because usually when I'm in a cup competition and it's looking like a draw, but when I'm playing away from home, it'll be like, nah, I'll take a draw, then I'll just take it home and try and win at home. But this is not at home. I can't use that excuse anymore. I have to go for the win, but I have a red card. Whew, it's going to be tough. And maybe going away to Southampton will be a hard gig. And like I said, I really want to try and do well, whether it be in Capital One Cup or FA Cup. I want to win at least one of them. Because then at least I'll have that on my record. I'll at least say, I'll be able to, say I have won a competition in the first season. So I'm going to strive definitely. But we've got to do well in the last 15 minutes, maybe try and score a winner. But we do have a red card. Ander Herrera, he's just got some skill there. Look how he created all that space, took the shot, and deservingly just landed the Di Maria to apply the finish. And Angel Di Maria, fantastic player. Very good player for us. But playing on a wing position, he's got that high defensive work rate. Can be a downfall at times. But yeah, you take what you can get because then he comes up here and he found the back of the net. A bit of luck there, but I felt it was deserved because to me, Ander Herrera deserved that goal. It was his goal. He created it. You saw in the box by that dribbling how he creates so much space. He deserved the goal, but at the end of the day, as long as we score, I'm happy. It's a team game, and if we play as a team, we'll score, and we just score in basically the final minutes going into injury time. So unless something disastrous happens, we should be advancing here in the Capital One Cup at Old Trafford. This is what we want. We want to have these kind of wins that are hard. I'd rather have hard wins than easy wins, because if I'm having easy wins, I'm not going to be getting better at the game. I'm just going to be, cruising. Difficult games can only make you better, like real life. Say if your team is playing an easy match, it's like a training session, basically. It's not that pressure, so it's good to have that pressure on your players to get the best out of them for future games. That's a good sign. But of course, you want to be dominating as well. So it goes both ways. And here we just had to defend. That's all we had to do. We just had to defend. But they had the chance. Davis, and he didn't even get it on target. When you get in the box, you're really expected to get a shot at least on target. At least try and win a corner if you can't score. That's what you got to be looking for. But yeah, Di Maria now with his pace should be able just to run it down to the corner. But I'm not going to do that like the CPU. I'm going to try and score another goal. But that's the game over there. It was an okay game. It was an okay game. It was not fantastic, of course, but we grinded out a victory. That's what the best teams do. You could probably say it goes down to individual brilliance why we won that game. First or secondly, with that goal, well, at the end it was created by Herrera, scored by Di Maria, and the first goal by Falcao just improvised with the backwards header. But we did deserve to win that. We had 7 shots on target to 1, and of course, Southampton would score from the one shot on goal. But yeah, Capital One Cup, look, this is what I mean. There aren't many amazing teams. Looking at the teams that are in it, Chelsea got beat? Well, no, sorry, Wigan. Yeah, Wigan must have won, because Chelsea don't advance, and Wigan do. So, that's what I mean. Capital One Cup. Bigger teams seem to lose in. I don't know if they play young players or something, but some people say I'm not playing young players in that, but we don't have many young players. I'm sending a lot of them out on loan. If you look at my squad, I hardly have anyone in the reserves. There's no one else to play. Really, look at that there. We've got Blackett. Yeah, but I don't like playing those, like Rothwell, 51. I don't see the point of playing him, especially as he doesn't really have high potential. So, I'd rather play my first team, or at least players on the substitutes, so I can make sure I win, and like I said, try and win that cup competition, because to win that cup competition is really crucial if I'm not going to win this league this season, and especially if I'm struggling to qualify for the Champions League, because if I don't, I need a cup competition to keep my job, I reckon. That's what I feel anyway. That's what I feel. But you can see teams like Stoke are there. Stoke is 2nd. Southampton is 5th. Newcastle is 7th. You would expect those teams over the course of the season to drop. So hopefully they do anyway. So we'll end this episode off. It's a bit of a shorter one. Does anyone like these episodes? Maybe around 10 minutes? Or do you prefer around 15 minutes? So maybe I add another game in. Just really depends. I just want to see what you prefer. And I'll try and get that in my videos. But Hugo Annabelle is going to be a beast. Already minimum potential of 80. Sorry, I was going to talk about his overall. His overall is minimum of 50. And yeah, in between 50 and 60. So that's not too bad. And I wonder, is it still in the game? I guess I'll find out when I get to May, when the players get their update in May. I would imagine it would. Those players, like the young players in the youth squad, they'll get their boost in their potential or overall in May, because everything else off field seems the same. So I wouldn't imagine they will change that. And yeah, it'll be the May update again, unless I'm surprised. But yeah, I'll be excited to see how these guys get. And do you think I should play? Yeah, should play these guys? What do you think I should do with these guys? Send them out on loan next season, give them a chance in league games or cup games? Yeah, leave your thoughts. Drop a like if you want another episode later today, and I'll see you guys next time.